What is a brand? A brand is not one thing, it's multiple things, if I could say it that way. I think, I have a client right now, and the client hired me to help them and assist them with their brand building process or their brand strategy. And I think that it's imperative that we know sometimes clients can hire us and they don't even understand exactly what they are seeking in totality. A brand is not one thing, it's multiple things. And I'm trying to say that to say, so the question would be, well, what is a brand? And I have to bring it back to the essence of things. I've done several discussions on this topic over the years, and you're going to read a lot of different documents and different paperwork books or strategists that have a different approach to brand building. I think that when you look at a brand, you're going to have to go back to the essence of what a brand is. Most of the time I see the client, they want to take something that already exists and paint over it with new attributes, with new cool things that they just want to call it. I just want to say my brand is the best, so I go out and say my brand is the best. I just want to tell people that we have the fastest process, so I just say we have the fastest process. Not taking into consideration that there's different from brand and branding, and we'll talk about that in the future, but I'm just doing my debrief today to say that when you're looking at the brand itself is made up on, or it should be designed, every element, every function, every fixture, every part of the process, it should be built to produce the outcome that you want. So for instance, if I was trying to brand a piece of pie and I wanted that piece of pie to be known as sweet, creamy texture, light and fluffy, very flavorful, has this, this aromatic, aromatic smell or something like that, then I have to make the recipe in the crust and the flavors and the texture. I have to do all of that in the conception of the pie to get the pie to produce that outcome of what we want to say the brand is. So instead of looking at the end result and trying to say what we think it is or what it could be or what we would like it to be, we design it from the beginning to produce that outcome. So now I'm saying that, I'm using that as an example. Now I understand I have to get so many eggs to make it light and fluffy, so many different herbs and spices to make it have that spice or that flavor or that, that pizzazz I want. I have to put so much sugar in it to get it to that sweetness that I want. So I have to construct it. I have to build the brand. So I'm saying that using a piece of pie, using your company, using your app, you have to build it first to project the outcome. The brand is what it is. The brand is it in totality. The brand is the essence of it. So I can come in and look at your business and tell you what I see versus what you think is there. And conflict always happens when we have a client in that situation. The conflict happens because what initially happens is the client truly believes that they are something that they are not. The client truly believes that they have something that doesn't really exist in the way that they see it, because the perception is in their mind of what they wanted to believe that it was this way so bad. They wanted to assume because they came up with it, it was that way. But in the reality, what wind up happening is you have to actually deal with the essence of what's really there. We have to examine the real aspects of the app, the real aspects of the restaurant, the pie, the small business, and look at it for what it is. You say we the best, but the clients, but the staff, but the people, but the outside world, when they're judging it from different factors. They're judging it from different instances. They're judging it from a different perception, and they come with a different outcome than what you're saying. So to be the best, we have to do things like competitive analysis or competitive research to see what's out there. We have to devise a system or create a process that's better than their process. So say that we are the best. That's part of our we are unique or we are different because we know what's out there and we architect or we crafted something that's greater than messaging. We can't just give the people messaging and say, this is a brand because I said it so. We have to make the business, the product, the service, the application, it has to reflect what we are messaging. And that will be the brand. And I hope that, you know, some of that is coming clear. I'm saying a dog can only be a dog. We can call it a cat all day long if we want to, but it's a dog and it's gonna manifest itself as a dog. So we have to deal with what's really there, and that is the brand, what is really there. If we find ourselves in a position where we like, you know what's really there, I don't like it, I don't want it to be that way, I want it to be this way, then we have to go all the way back to the conception stage, the inception stage, and start from there to architect it or to build it out or to design it out to produce the outcome that we want our brand to be. So I'm just trying to say that to say you are what you are, you know, and that's the brand. The brand is the reality. You could be a brand without messaging anything. You could be a brand, and let me give the example. Let's say for instance, I use this for an example. Just fruit juice that I'm drinking here. It has the flavors of papaya, coconut, pineapple. That's what it is. No matter what I taste, no matter when I open it and drink it, no matter what the bottle say, they can rip the label off. It is what it is. So when I open it, say, you know what? I taste pineapple. You know what? I'm gonna brand this as a tropical fruit beverage. That's what we're gonna say this is. It's a tropical fruit, delicious beverage, because that's what it is. Now, if I wanna call this a chocolate latte, that's not what it is. You know what I'm saying? So somebody said, well, that's common sense. It's not all that common when people can't see what they really are. They don't know who they really are. They didn't design it and then they didn't think about what the branding should be and designed it to make the brand. They made it first and then threw adjectives on it, threw descriptions on it, threw attributes on it, painted over it and called it something else. And that's where we run into the conflict. So what is a brand? The brand is you. The brand is the real you. The brand is the real product. The brand is the real app. The brand is the real whatever you have, whatever you are, product, service, business, culture, whatever you're trying to brand, the reality of it. You have to do what we call internal examination or introspection of one's own self. You know, we have to do that, and look at, cases like that where we have to do internal examinations of the company, of the product, of the service, of the actual personal brand, so we can see what's really there, what's really being projected. And then that is the realest thing we could say about our company through messaging, through storytelling, through media and things like that. So a brand is you. And I hope some of that made sense. That's my thoughts. My name is Cash Parrish. These are my thoughts, my life, my experience.